but the Rebel 300 and the Honda Rebel 300 and the Honda Rebel 500, both of them I'm pretty sure are still going to be that parallel twin cylinders. And I know that I've got an '03 Rebel 250 that I'm putting together for my pops, who's 74 years old. And it's a cool little twin cylinder, little fun to ride motorcycle. So I imagine the brand new Rebel 300 or the 500, depending on, what you want to get into. So the last but definitely not least, one that I will look up is, I think it looks like Ducati is putting out a new Monster 1200, and that will be kind of interesting to see how they do that. Always kind of interested to know what they're putting out. Oh, and I didn't even talk about it. I don't have it in front of me even what it is, but there's also a new, I think it's a 300cc. It's a BMW, and it's going to be like very low priced. I'm thinking around five or six grand, but it's 300 or 330cc BMW. It's also a cool looking little street fighter. Let me write that down, guys, to look up that BMW for you all. Yeah, I'm thinking it's like a 300cc BMW, and BMW hasn't really built any small motorcycles like that lately. And it's one that's like, they're seeing all of these. I guess a lot of people are getting into motorcycling. The numbers have gone way up from like just last year. So thank you all. I mean, that's super cool. I'm always trying to encourage people to get into motorcycling. And while I'm trying to encourage people into getting into motorcycling, I would like to also encourage you to wear as much proper protective equipment you can get into without it obstructing you, okay? Gloves, if they're going to interfere with you throttling, if they're going to interfere with you doing your throttle, then maybe if you can't feel how fast you're, whatever, come on. If it's any of your protective equipment, at some point, you can just stack that shit on and on and on. I would believe in wearing some kind of leather, or Kevlar and carbon fiber. I'd like you to wear some boots. I would like you to always wear a helmet. And gloves are nice. You can get away with it too. Anyway, I would encourage people to get into motorcycling, take some sort of motorcycle safety course, and rock and roll. Listen to the show and see what other kind of crazy shit we got going on. But yeah, the little BMW 300 Street Fighter, super cool. Coming out for, I think it did say 2017 also. So what, guys? What were your dream bikes? What bikes do you think about that you're like, man, that is just it's just cool. You got to give it the hands down, just has the freaking cool factor all together. Let's see. I don't know what your dream bikes are, but mine personally, 1974 Bimota 900. A Honda CBX, Z1R. It says anything old, anything super old. A 1988 Suzuki GSXR 750 Slingshot. And for some reason, they're not real expensive, but I've always liked the Titan Gecko. There you go. Those are some of my dream bikes that if I had a garage big enough to hold them all, I'd have one of each. What are your dream bikes? As far as maintenance goes, guys, what do you do to your own bike? What are you comfortable with? I'm probably listening to some gearheads and some mechanics, so you probably do everything to your own bike. It made my stomach hurt, a motorcycle mechanic, when I bought a new motorcycle from Honda, and I had to watch a dude literally with the purple and green mohawk, or was it just a green mohawk, like putting the tank on my brand new motorcycle and stuff, and just like walking around like fucking 18, 19-year-old kid. Fucking around with the second largest investment I've ever made in my entire life. I think that was the largest investment I'd ever, probably a car. The bike was probably second. But yeah, I mean, that gets to be a little bit unnerving. And then, you're a mechanic, you do stuff like this too. I take my motorcycle to get the first valve adjustment done so that I don't void my warranty. I put grease on my finger and put a little circle on every screw holding my valve cover on, so that if a wrench touches that, I know if somebody took those screws off and cleaned them and put them back on, my little grease won't be on there anymore. That's terrible, but guess what? You got to trust people, man, because if they're charging $600 for something that I have to pay them to do in order to keep my warranty in Honda, then they damn well better be doing it, because I'm not going to do anything to any of your motorcycles or any of my customers' motorcycles ever. I get into the game to where the guy that just says, okay, what does it need? And you tell them, and then they're like, okay, I'll be here to pick it up next Thursday. That's great. But then you run into this. Well, what can we do? Can we do only this and this? Well, yeah, we can, but you might die between A and B in the next fucking time. Maybe you just need to go get you a brand new motorcycle and not keep nickeling and diming this piece of shit back together, because it's going to kill your shit. I'll recommend you do everything that I would, I'm not just trying to get in your bank account, because I'm looking at it like this. Preventive maintenance on a motorcycle, whenever I was in the business of preventive maintenance on a motorcycle and keeping them up, is that you're going to have to keep doing it every year, every month, every year. That's the thing. So you're going to have to keep bringing it to me. So, why I'm not going to do too much right now. I'm only going to do what it needs. And if you've neglected your motorcycle and it happens to need just about everything right now, then yes, we can just put your clutch cable on it without putting new clutches in it. Yes, we can put a sprocket on your motorcycle without putting a new chain on it also. But guess what? All that shit's going to just wear out faster now, because you put you need new clutches, but you're going to put a new clutch cable on it because you've already worn yours out. So now you're going to put a brand new clutch cable on it. Adjust that motherfucker all the way out to where it finished burning your clutches up now, instead of going ahead and putting new ones in it now before it fucks something else up. You feel me? Hear me? I'm saying. And you always want to replace both sprockets and your chain together, no matter what anyone says. Well, that one's only a month old. Well, guess what? You should have replaced them all at the same fucking time anyway. Period. Chain and sprockets get replaced together. Front sprocket, rear sprocket, chain. They wear together. When you put new ones on, put all three, man. Spend the extra fucking $100 or whatever it is. Because guess what? That shit skipping off of your leg or off the highway or locking up on you is a fucked up monkey business, man. You don't, life's too short for that. You don't need those problems. And if your mechanic, is taking advantage of you, then I apologize. But that's not my style, and that's not what I recommend. But that's why I also encourage people to learn how to put hands on their own motorcycle themselves. Wiggle it around, dude. But if you can tell that, get your fucking Sears Craftsman socket set out and figure out what sockets fit what that fits, and just see if it's tight. It will not hurt anything. It won't hurt your fucking bike. It won't fall apart, right? Just to put some fucking... I always tell people to nut and bolt your motorcycle. If it has spokes on it, reach over there and feel them. Finger fuck them, dude. See what they feel like. Because guess what? If they're loose, maybe you shouldn't be riding it at all right now. Sometimes it's good to just put a little bit of pressure underneath your bike. You can even hold it up on the kickstand on one side and feel your tires, feel the wheel bearings, swing arm bearings. There's just a lot of little things, little nuanced things with your motorcycle that you need to know. That if you're not using your front brake and your motorcycle's slowing down on its own and shit when you pull in your clutch, then you got fucking problems, man. Your brakes are locking up. You got wheel bearings going out. I mean, you gotta learn these things, man. if you already know them, then fucking hey, you're bitching along with me. You're bitching and preaching along with me, right? And keep an eye on your oil level. That's something that you just need to keep an eye on. And even if your bike sets for more than a few months, change that stinky shit out. Look at it. Oh, it looks great. Smell it. It probably smells funky. If it was a girl, you wouldn't put your dick in it, right? So you don't want your motorcycle smelling all funky like some old damn $2 trash whore. Change the oil out in it and the oil filter. Too many times, man, people have told me too. About, like, well, I changed the oil. What, did you change the oil filter? Oh, well, fuck. Well, okay. You probably changed the oil from another bike into that bike too, didn't you? Like back in the old days, you would take your oil out of the cars, and then you would be like, fuck it, the tractor needs some oil. It's a diesel. And you just fucking put the old oil from the car into the tractor. And then once it was done with the tractor, that's when you would use it to dump between the fence posts so that the weeds wouldn't grow right there. Oh, the good old days. Oh, the good old days. So maybe we'll be able to make a couple little local motorcycle runs here around the Houston area. And if you're listening from other states, other countries, or interplanetary, intergalactic interwebs, then thanks, guys. I encourage you to just be safe doing what you're doing. Man, feels like it's getting a little bit chilly out there, but it's just a cool spell. It's never too cold to ride. I say that I rode up to the store a little while ago. I don't have a jacket. I just had on a short sleeve polo shirt. It was like chilly. It was chilly. Well, I don't discriminate either because I rode to the store on my Zuma scooter. Guys, come on, it's 0.6 of a mile away, and it's faster to crank it up than to pull my big bike out of the garage, for reals. So yeah, rock and roll. What are your pet peeves of motorcycling? What are your, most of the people that I know, they're definitely only those handful that you see, just people that just either they shouldn't be on a motorcycle or their mama didn't teach them right how to ride. I don't know, but maybe what we're going to do is make the world a better place by, yes, education, because ignorance is bliss. If you don't know you're getting on and off the wrong side of your motorcycle all the time, universally there's a kickstand on the left side of a motorcycle throughout the world, throughout the planet, since motorcycles were created. Why, might you ask that? Well, I don't know. We can go over that on the next. Okay, I'll go over that on the next episode. Why is the kickstand on the left? We'll talk about that, guys. So I could do a whole show just about getting on and off the left side of your motorcycle and why your kickstand's on the left on every motorcycle on the planet Earth. And if aliens ride them, kickstand's on the left. You ever see anyone get on and off the right side of a horse? They get on and off the left side of a horse. I don't know. I need to ask if that's something that goes back to our horseback days, because I've only mounted a horse from the left side. Right foot, left foot, right stirrup, throw over right leg. I haven't ridden a whole hell of a lot of horses in my life. I'm not saying I haven't. I'm from Texas, guys. You gotta know how to ride a horse. And definitely you gotta know how to ride steel horse. So yeah, I'm a little excited. I have to go look at the Yamaha SCR, Yamaha SCR 950, metal tank, number plates, big 950cc V-twin. I say big. Look at it as it's got enduro tires. It's got number plates. It's got I don't know. Interesting bike. Look it up. Check it out. If you're looking for something that you want to be able to go a little on-road, off-road, definitely is a bike for around under $9,000, $8,700 I think said the base price. And then if you want a little fat